People fill their space with a bunch of things they don't need, me included. And so this season of my life, I've been intentional about cleaning, cleansing, and letting go. Being able to figure out what is truly valuable to me and just keep those things. So I've been going through my wardrobe. I've been going through my space. I threw out like a corner table. And then I was like, let me just reorganize and figure out what I really want, what I really need, what I actually use on a day-to-day basis, and what I want in my space to help me develop a system for creating more content, organizing my mind, creating a system of getting all the art that I want to get out. And part of that is just getting my space organized. So this table actually is one of those things that really ignited that, to get this whole thing together. Here's the space all messy after getting cleared out. And this is the wood, what it looked like before I turned it into a table. This top part I actually found on one of my job sites, and they were just throwing a bunch of things away. So I just told the lead on that day, I was like, hey man, I'm just gonna bring this to my car during our lunch break. And he just was like, I didn't see anything. And I was like, okay, well, if you didn't see anything, I didn't see anything. So during my break, I walked through the whole job site, just holding this in my arm, and brought it to my car. And that part just is, as long as you're walking with purpose and you look like it was okay to take this thing, like no one's gonna question you. So that's what I did. Got it to my car. And in my mind, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make a desk or I'm gonna make a bench, like a long bench. And I was like, nah, I'm clearing out a bunch of stuff. I threw away my desk. I threw away, the majority of my things. And I was like, all right, let me just build a desk. You ever start a project and in your mind it was going to be so simple and so easy to accomplish, and then once you start actually doing the project, you have all the pieces together, you're like, wow, this is actually going to take a lot more effort than I expected. This is what's happening to me as I'm sanding this piece of wood right now. There we go. Oh wow, that literally is wax. Look at that. Smell good. Smell like citrus. But I'm assuming with this, I gotta rub it in, then add another layer to it later. All right, that's the layer of wax. So one of the reasons why this stand table is important, because I have a back injury and bulging disc, years of training, years of living on this planet. And it's finally, taking a toll on me. And so I wanted to be able to have a desk that can go up and down when I needed it to be, so that, I don't just sit for too long or I don't stand for too long. Okay. Hopefully that didn't break it. What I had to do was I had to order an electric frame that had this ability, and then I also had to figure out, I was like, oh man, the measurements of this, because this desk is kind of narrow. So when I looked it up, I had to cut the brackets that actually you would bolt to a desk to. Let's see, just a tad bit loose.
Obviously, just sand out this edge a little bit so it's not so crazy. Alright, well, let's just bolt this shit on there. And then we're done. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, that's fire. Now we just gotta clean up this room.
Clearing out your space, reorganizing your environment, really figuring out what is important. This was and is an integral step of the next part of my journey, and this really helped me just organize my mind at the same time, because when your space is all over the place, you have put yourself in years and years of consumerism, and you're not creating or producing things start to get dull in life, because as much cool things there are to purchase, everything kind of loses its amazingness after a certain point. And so creating a life of production, art, making videos, training, fighting, the art of fighting, all these things can bring more purpose and meaning than just consistently buying more stuff.
All right, that's a wrap, y'all. We finished, we accomplished our goal. Looks good, feels good. You know, you can research, you can do the thing, but until you do it, you're not gonna know if you can and or what challenges will come up, because you can do it. It just may take a little time, a lot more energy than you thought, but you can do it.
I'm really proud of this build because I really took the time to actually have something in my mind that I wanted to create, and then I brought it into reality. And this is a practice of really creating the intention and then executing the plan or the thing that you had imagined. And there's a lot of fears that go into that. There's a lot of walking myself through it, because even in the process of bringing this home, super excited, and then having to clear out all my stuff so that I can make room for new things and discard things I don't need. I probably procrastinated about a week before I even actually bought the frame, and then another week to build it. So I had to really force myself to no, this is what we said we wanted to do. This is what we really wanted to create for myself, and I wanted to build this thing. And I was like, we have to.
I believe in you. You need to believe in you. And
the whole point is figuring out with intention, living with intention, and really seeking what is valuable and what is not. That's today's video. We'll see you on the next one.